My parents excluded me and my son from Christmas because I wouldn't fund my sister's house renovation. Then she posted a photo of the car I bought for her, claiming it was her achievement, so I had it towed. I was supposed to be writing a report. Instead, I'd opened Facebook. There it was, my sister's post. My parents' living room tree glowing matching plaid pajamas, everyone squeezed together and smiling. Caption: Family first. Couldn't imagine Christmas without my people, every grandkid, every adult. My mother in the middle, holding my sister's youngest, in a very clear, very empty spot where my kid wasn't. I felt Liam lean into my side to see the screen better. He's 9, quiet, serious, the kind of kid who always asks before touching anything. He counted faces softly under his breath. I heard him stop. "Oh," he said, just that one syllable so small it barely existed. My throat went tight. My hands were already shaking from the text thread that got us here. Now this. I scrolled. Second photo. My parents holding a sign that said, "Renovation starts January 8th, new chapter for this home." Third photo. My sister and her husband on the front steps with their kids. Same driveway, same silver RAV4, the one in my name. Some part of my brain clicked into firefighter mode. That weird calm that shows up on bad calls. You see the wreck, but you step around the glass and do what you need to do. I hit comment. Nice. P.S. The car in your driveway. Mine. Tow truck in 10 minutes. My finger hovered for half a second, then tapped post. Liam watched my face. Am I not family now? He asked. That was the fire. Not the house I've run into with smoke up to the ceiling. Not the flipped SUV on the interstate. This a kid in a borrowed firehouse hoodie asking if he counts. I swallowed hard. You're my family, I said. That's more important than any picture. He nodded, but his eyes stayed on that screen a second too long. My phone buzzed immediately. I locked the screen and put it face down on the table. Hey buddy, I said. You want to help me check the truck? We'll do our own Christmas tonight. He gave me a small smile. Can I ring the bell? Yeah, I said. You can ring the bell. We walked out to the bay. My heart was pounding like we were already on a call. I'm Mark, 39, firefighter paramedic in Columbus, Ohio. Divorced, one kid, Liam. I work 24 on 48 off at Station 14. When I'm not dragging hoses or riding the medic unit, I'm usually trying to be at every school concert and soccer game I can fit between shifts. My parents live 20 minutes away in the same split level I grew up in. My younger sister Jenna lives 5 minutes from them with her husband Tyler and their 3 kids. If you asked my family to describe me, they'd probably say, Mark's the responsible one, and the firefighter. The guy you call when your car dies or your basement floods. They'd leave out the part where they also call me when the water heater goes out and they can't afford a new one. The electric bill is 2 months behind. The minivan needs tires and you get overtime, right? Just this once. For years I said yes. I picked up extra 24-hour shifts and handed cash to my parents and envelopes. I put repairs on my credit card. I co-signed loans. I told myself it was what you do. They watched Liam on nights when my ex-wife traveled for work. They helped in their way. It felt fair in some twisted equation I never wrote down. It started small. Can you spot us $300 until Friday here? We're short for Christmas gifts this year. Can you help there? Then numbers got bigger. A $5,000 roof loan that turned into a gift covering my parents' property tax after my dad retired early. Co-signing for Jenna's RAV4 when her old car finally died. I signed because she had 3 kids in car seats because she cried in the bank office because my mom kept saying, "You're single, Mark. You don't have a big mortgage. Help your sister." Liam was 6 at the time. The loan officer never asked where he fit into all this. The money was one thing. The way they treated my kid was another. They never outright said he was less than. That would have been easier to fight. It was little stuff. Birthday parties where they forgot to get his favorite chips but had everyone else's snacks lined up and labeled bowls. Jenna's cousin day photos where Liam was always shoved to the edge or mysteriously in the bathroom when the camera clicked. Grandparent gifts where her kids got bikes and tablets and Liam got a board game for all the grandkids to share that somehow never left their house. I told myself I was imagining it. Trauma brain from too many calls, overprotective divorced dad. Pick your label. Then came Adventure Island. 2 summers ago, my parents called it a grand kid surprise. They had matching t-shirts printed. Liam was excited for weeks. We pulled into the water parking lot, and my dad handed out season passes in little plastic sleeves. 1, 2, 3 passes for Jenna's kids, nothing for Liam. When I asked, my mom laughed it off. Season passes are expensive, Mark. He doesn't live near us. He wouldn't use it enough to justify the cost. You can just buy him day tickets when you come. It's the same. Liam heard every word. He still wore the t-shirt. He still smiled. But on the drive home, he asked, why don't they want me around as much? I should have drawn the line then. Instead, I picked up 2 overtime shifts and bought him his own season pass on our next weekend together. We went just the 2 of us. I told myself that was the answer. Do more, be more, fill in the gaps. I didn't realize I was teaching them something too. If they hurt my kid, I'd pay to fix it. The renovation drama started in September. I was coming off a 14-hour night of calls, 1 kitchen fire, 1 overdose, 1 elderly fall. When my phone buzzed in the parking lot, it was a screenshot of a contractor, quote, $92,000 for a full gut renovation of Jenna's outdated kitchen and adding a multi-generational suite onto my parents' house. New floors, new cabinets, new bathroom, the works. Under it, Jenna had typed, good news. Contractor says we can start in January. If we pay half up front, we'll do $23,000. Mom and Dad will somehow scrap together $23,000. Mom says it's your turn to contribute. You make the most, so you'll cover the other $46,000. Family home equals family responsibility. I stood in the parking lot, bunker coat over my arm, reading it 3 times. $46,000. That's about a year of Liam's college at a state school. That's a decent used car. That's every holiday shift differential and side job I'd taken for the past few years. I wrote back 1 word. No. 2 minutes later, a voice note came through. Jenna's voice too bright and sugary. Okay, well, if you're going to be selfish about it, that's your choice, but don't expect an invite to Christmas. Then Mom's really hurt. She says you've never stepped up the way she thought you would. Tyler and I are doing everything, Mark. We have 3 kids. If you don't want to be part of the family home, maybe you shouldn't be around for family holidays either. I listened to it twice. I didn't reply. I blocked notifications from our family group chat and went inside to shower off the smoke. I told myself they were mad in the moment that it would blow over long before December. I was wrong. They made good on it. No Thanksgiving invite. Mom sent a single text. You're welcome to stop by after dinner if you want to see your grandparents. After not bring Liam, not we'd love to have you both. Just a slot like a plumber appointment. I took Liam to my buddy Dan instead. He's one of the guys from my shift. His wife cooked too much on purpose. His kids treated Liam like a cousin. We went home full and tired and a little less hollow. December rolled in. A week before Christmas, Mom finally texted. We're having everyone on Christmas Eve at 4. Given the tension, maybe it's better if you and Liam stay home this year and we reset in January. I don't want drama in front of the little ones. I stared at the line about little ones until the words blurred. Liam is one of the little ones. I typed and deleted a dozen responses. How about no? Liam is a child, not a consequence. You're choosing a kitchen over your grandson. In the end, I didn't send anything. I screenshotted the message and filed it mentally under evidence. Whenever I feel like I'm overreacting, I go back to the actual words. Christmas Eve. I drew the short straw at the station. 24-hour shift. Liam's mom offered to keep him, but he begged to come with me. We're allowed as long as there are no active calls. The captain's a softie about kids at Christmas, so he sat on the floor of the day room building a Lego fire truck while I filled out equipment checklists. The guys gave him a mini helmet and let him climb in the cab of the engine. He was so proud. I told myself this was fine, better than fine. We were together, that's what mattered. Then I opened Facebook. The family first photos hit like opening a hot oven with your face too close. The sudden wave, the sting behind me, Liam's Lego bricks clicked quietly. He leaned into my side. He looked from the photos to me and back, trying to do the emotional math an adult couldn't solve. Did we make them mad? He asked after a long silence. I repeated. Yeah, 'cause we didn't go to the house. So they did Christmas without us. I had nothing. No need answer, no soft lie. They made their choice. I said finally, now I'm making mine. That's when I posted about the car. That's when the shaking in my hand stopped and something steadier took its place. Here's the thing about that RAV4. It's not Jenna's car, not legally. 3 years ago, her transmission blew. She called me crying in the firehouse parking lot. Tyler's hours got cut and the van's dead and the kids have school and I can't walk them 6 miles. Mark, please. I went with her to the dealership just to look. We walked out with a 5-year loan in my name, with her listed as an authorized driver. She was supposed to transfer it into her name once their credit improved. I made the down payment $1,400 from my savings. She was supposed to send me the monthly amount and I'd pay the bank. Sometimes she did, sometimes she was a little short this month, but we'll catch up after tax returns. I covered the gaps because defaulting would hit my credit, not hers. So when I saw that car in the family first photos in my parents' driveway, at a Christmas my son had been disinvited from something clicked into place. I couldn't make them love my kid. I couldn't force them to invite us, but I didn't have to fund their life while they erased him. So I went to the watch computer, logged into my banking app, and opened the auto loan. I paid that month's installment, then hit the button to remove Jenna's access as an authorized user on the account portal. Next, I opened my notes, found the number for the tow company we use when a crash car needs moving off a scene. The owner, Mike, is an old friend from high school. We've pulled each other out of more than one mess. He picked up on the second ring. Mike's towing. Hey man, it's Mark from 14. Hey brother, Merry Christmas Eve. You guys busy, standing by for Santa-related chimney rescues. I said, I need a personal favor. I gave him the address, the make and plate, and told him exactly where the spare key was hidden in the magnetic box under the rear bumper. Is it a repo? He asked. Title's in my name, I said. Low's in my name. Driver's an authorized user who's no longer authorized. I'm asking you to move my vehicle off their property. I'll meet you at my place after shift and take it from there. He whistled low. Family? He asked. Yeah, you sure you want to do this today of all days? I looked over at Liam kneeling on the floor, trying to fit a tiny plastic ladder onto the side of his Lego engine. He kept glancing at my phone like it might explode. Yeah, I said, I'm sure. All right, Mike said. I got a driver 10 minutes away. Consider it done? I hung up. My phone buzzed again. This time it wasn't social media. Jenna, what? Mark, take that comment down. You're embarrassing Mom. Then another. Mom, this is cruel. It's Christmas Eve. Whatever you're thinking, stop. I didn't reply. I opened another app instead. For the past 5 years, I'd had my parents' electric and gas set up on autopay from my account. It started after my dad forgot to pay and got a shut-off notice. I told myself it was simpler to manage it myself. Less stress for them. A couple taps, and my name as responsible party disappeared from both utility accounts. Next up, the $200 weekly transfer I've been sending them for groceries. Canceled the shared cell phone plan with just 4 lines that had slowly grown to 8. My parents, my sister, her husband, 2 of her kids with smartphones already. I called the provider. After the usual menu maze, a woman answered, "How can I help you today? I want to remove 4 lines from my account." I said, "Effective immediately. I'll pay off any remaining device balances on my card right now. They can open their own plan after that." She confirmed names and numbers. "Just to be clear," she said, "once I do this, they'll lose service right away." "I'm aware," I said. She hesitated. "Okay, I just need a reason for our notes." The TV in the day room played some car commercial with a bow on the hood. Liam made siren noises under his breath. "Budget change," I said. "I'm done paying for people who don't consider my son family." We got a call right as I hung up. Kitchen fire grease, small house. I pulled my gear on. Liam watched from the doorway like I told him, feet behind the yellow line hands behind his back. "Be safe," he said. "Always," I replied. The world shrank down to warm smoke and shouted commands and the weight of a charged hose again. When we cleared, I checked my phone in the back of the engine on the way home. 23 missed messages. The first was from Jenna. A photo of the RAV4 on a tow truck bed taillights glowing in the early dark. "Are you insane? You stole my car on Christmas Eve. The kids are crying. Mom is hysterical. You've ruined today. How do you expect us to get to church?" The second was, "Mom, I don't recognize you anymore. This is spiteful. Your sister's kids did nothing to you. You're punishing them because you're mad at me. You've always held a grudge. Your father is furious. Then a voice note from my dad. You better fix this before the bank gets involved, boy. We raised you better. You're not cutting this family off. You're having a midlife crisis. We'll talk when you've calmed down. And don't drag that kid into this. That kid. I closed my eyes. Liam was not that kid. He was my kid. And they had already dragged him into this the moment they wrote him out of Christmas. I put the phone away. The guys in the rig didn't ask. Firehouse rule. You don't push unless someone starts talking. I didn't start. Fallout hit full force the next morning. Christmas Day, 7:30 a.m. I walked into my house with Liam half asleep on my shoulder and a grocery store bag full of last night leftovers. The crew insisted we take. We'd done our own version of Christmas at the station. The guys brought small wrapped gifts. The chief let Liam sit in the driver's seat and honk the horn once. We watched Home Alone on a 20-year-old DVD. It wasn't perfect, but it was honest. I tucked Liam into his bed at my place, clicked on his string of blue fairy lights, and stepped into the kitchen. My phone rang. Jenna. I let it go to voicemail. Then Mom, then Dad, then Mom again. Finally, my Aunt Lisa called. She's my dad's younger sister, the only one who's ever told him no without flinching. I answered, "Hey," I said. There was a pause. Then I just wanted to hear your voice before I drive over there and give your parents a piece of my mind. I exhaled a laugh so hybrid I didn't know was in me. So you saw, oh, I saw, she said. I also saw a 9-year-old missing from every single Christmas photo. Want to tell me why I told her everything? The $92,000 quote, that it's your turn to contribute. The disinvite, the RAV4, my Comet, the tow truck, the utilities, the phones. She listened without interrupting, which for Lisa is a miracle. When I finished, she was quiet for a long moment. Okay, she said finally. 1, I'm proud of you. 2, they're going to spin this like you're crazy. Let them. 3, I'm making lasagna and bringing my kids over tomorrow. Liam deserves a Christmas with family that actually acts like it. I blinked hard. You don't have to. I know, she cut in. I want to. And Mark, don't you dare apologize for any of this. They've been using you as an ATM with a pulse for years. Time's up. We hung up. I stared at the blank TV screen for a while. My phone lit up again with a new message from Mom. Your little stunt got your father's credit flagged. The bank called about the auto loan. We don't deserve this. After everything we've done for you, your sister is stuck with 3 kids and no car. You've taken Christmas away from them. Is this what being a firefighter has done to you? Made you cold. You need to fix this now. I typed back, then deleted it, then typed again. This time, I kept it short. I'm not your backup bank. Liam is not optional. Until you can treat him like family, you're off my accounts and out of my wallet. Merry Christmas. I hit send, then I blocked her number. I did the same for my dad and Jenna. The quiet that followed felt loud. They didn't stay quiet in real life, though. 2 days later, there was a knock at my door right as I was mixing pancake batter. Liam was at the table drawing a fire truck with too many ladders. I wiped my hands and opened it. My parents and Jenna stood on the porch bundled in winter coats, faces tight. My mom tried to step inside. I blocked the doorway with my body. Hi, I said. You can stay on the porch. Jenna's eyes were red. I couldn't tell if it was from crying or rage. You humiliated me, she said, skipping hello entirely in front of everyone on Facebook. On Christmas, I looked at her calmly. You disinvited my kid from Christmas, I said. On purpose, after expecting me to give you $46,000. That has nothing to do with the car, she snapped. It has everything to do with the car, I said. And the phone bill, and the utilities, and the money. Everything I've been covering while you all treat my son like a +1, you can leave off the guest list. My dad crossed his arms. You made your mother cry, he said. Like that was the ultimate sin. I felt my jaw clench. She made my son cry. I said you just didn't see it because you were too busy posing for family first pictures without him. Mom's face twisted. We just needed a drama-free Christmas. She said you always bring tension, Mark. You're so sensitive. You'd rather punish us than let your sister get a nicer kitchen so we can host everyone properly. Is this really about Liam, or is it about your pride? Behind me. I heard Liam's chair scraped softly. He was listening. I made my voice steady. "It's about my child," I said. "And the message you're sending him, which is what my dad demanded, that actions have consequences. That when you refuse to help family, you don't get to enjoy the benefits. You think that boy is going to remember one Christmas I stepped out onto the porch and pulled the door almost closed behind me so Liam wouldn't hear the next part. He's already going to remember the Christmas he got left out," I said. "I won't add the memory of watching his dad keep paying thousands of dollars to people who won't even include him in a picture." Mom shook her head, eyes glossy. "We're your parents," she said. "You owe us." "No," I said quietly. "I don't. Not like this. Not at the cost of my kid's sense of worth." Jenna jumped back in. "So that's it," she choked. "You're just going to leave us stranded. We have one car now, Mark. One, how am I supposed to get 3 kids to school and Tyler to work?" "I have a suggestion." I said, "You call the bank, refinance the loan into your own name, and come pick the car up from my driveway once it's no longer my financial responsibility. Until then, it stays with me." Her mouth dropped open. "You can't do that," she said. "That's cruel." "What's cruel?" I replied. "Is expecting me to keep you mobile while you cut my son out of your life whenever it's convenient." My dad jabbed a finger toward me. "You'll regret this," he said. "When we're gone, you'll wish you'd been more generous. Money comes and goes. Family doesn't." I thought of Liam counting faces on a screen of Adventure Island passes. Of every little slight I'd wallpapered over with overtime pay and nice gifts. "Family does come and go," I said. "Every time you choose a renovation or perception over a child," I took a breath. "You're not welcome in my house right now," I finished. "When you're ready to apologize to Liam, not me, him. And when you're ready to treat him the way you treat Jenna's kids, we can talk. Until then, I'll mail any important documents." "That's it." My mom started to say my name. I closed the door. My hands were shaking again. Liam was standing in the hallway clutching his drawing. "Are we in trouble?" he asked. I crouched down so we were eye level. "No, buddy," I said. "We're just making new rules. New rules look like this. No more automatic transfers to my parents. No more bailing out Jenna. No more answering calls from people who only remembered my number when a bill was due. Instead, I picked up one extra overtime shift, not to hand over to them, but to open a dedicated account in Liam's name. College, trade school, first apartment, whatever he chose. Later, I told him it was our future fire station fund. He thought that was hilarious. Aunt Lisa came over the next night with 2 pans of lasagna, a bag of mismatched ornaments, and her teenagers in tow. They both unfollowed my parents on social media because we're not into fake, as her daughter put it. We ate at my tiny dining table chairs borrowed from neighbors. Liam sat in the middle telling my cousins about the fire engine horn he got a honk. No one made a joke at his expense. No one forgot his name. At some point, Lisa went quiet, fork hovering over her plate. "You know," she said, "your dad's been like this since we were kids. Money, image control. I was just too scared to cut him off. You did what I couldn't. I don't feel brave." I admitted I feel like I set a house on fire and walked away. She snorted. "You're a firefighter, Mark. Sometimes you have to tear down a burned-out wall so it doesn't collapse on people later." I let that sit. After they left, Liam dug through the bag of ornaments. There was a small wooden one shaped like a house, blank in the middle. "Can I draw on this?" he asked. "Sure," I said. He grabbed a marker and carefully wrote, "Me and Dad's house. Family." Then he drew 2 stick figures holding hands and a tiny fire truck off to the side. We hung it in the very center of our tree. I'd like to say my parents had a change of heart quickly. They didn't. From what I heard through the grapevine, the renovation stalled without my $46,000. The contractor pushed their start date back. They had to pick cheaper cabinets. My dad called my aunt to rant about ungrateful children and woke therapy culture like it explained everything. They unfriended me on Facebook before I could unfollow them. Fine. A few cousins quietly liked my Merry Christmas from Station 14 post with Liam in his mini helmet. A couple even messaged to say they were proud of me for finally cutting the cord. The silver RAV4 sat in my driveway for 3 weeks. On New Year's Day, I called the bank and paid off the remaining balance in full. It hurt, but it also meant something important. The title would come to me clean, no strings. I drove the car to a used lot and sold it. I took the check and split it in half. Half went into Liam's account. Half went into a separate savings labeled therapy attorney emergencies. Because if there's one thing years on the job has taught me, it's that you don't wait for the next fire to start before you buy a new extinguisher. I didn't tell my family any of that. They found out the car was gone when Jenna showed up unannounced on my off day and saw an empty curb. She pounded on the door for a while. I wasn't home. Liam and I were at the park practicing free throws and drinking hot chocolate from a thermos. Christmas that year was small, but ours. I swapped shifts to be home, covered our tiny place in crooked lights, and Liam helped laughing as he got tangled in cords. Lisa, her kids, and my buddy Dan's family squeezed around my table. Later, Liam showed me a drawing my parents' house, and next to it, a smaller one with 2 stick figures and a fire truck labeled Real Family. I knew then we had made it.